All right, we'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. As usual, each board meeting, we have students come in to lead us at the pledge. Tonight, we have some of our gifted students from all 4 of our elementaries here tonight to lead us in the pledge. So if we could all stand up and they'll lead us in the pledge tonight.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
That was cool, man. Good.
All right, roll call, please.
Mrs. Bloom.
Here.
Ms. Lehman.
Here.
Ms. Lewis.
Here.
Mr. Nally.
Here.
Mr. Price.
Here. Can I get a motion to approve our minutes from our regular meeting from May 11th, 2026, please?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Nally. Could I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Bloom. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Nally.
Yes.
Mrs. Bloom.
Yes.
Ms. Lehman.
Yes.
Ms. Lewis.
Yes.
Mr. Price.
Yes, motion's approved. Moving on to our legislative report.
You want to do that now, or are you going to do the presentation?
That's
We can move it?
Yep.
Well, I think that'd be good.
Okay, we'll move it on after the report,
Yes.
after the superintendent report. Okay. No walk-on items tonight.
No, sir.
Moving on to the hearing of the public. If anybody wants to address the board, they can come up to the podium, just state name and address, but I think everybody is here for the presentation or for our principals. Yes. So moving on to our superintendent's report.
Thank you. Good evening, Mr. Price. Board members, Ms. Parkhurst, I appreciate everyone being here this evening. This evening, I am very excited to bring for you on this, our work session, the opportunity for you to hear from our students that are involved in our elementary gifted program. This instruction that takes place throughout the school year is part of that collaboration that we have talked so many times about between North Point Educational Service Center and Fremont City Schools. So part of what you'll see is just one additional product of that collaboration that has brought us some really amazing components. Our students are going to share with you some of their highlights from this entire school year, and you're going to be able to see and hear from them in their words some of the things that they've learned and why this school year has been so important to them. So without further ado, I would like to turn this over to our gifted program. If our students would come forward and get us started.
Good evening. My name is Haley Berger.
And I'm Mia Wollenslegel.
We are from Atkinson Elementary School.
Today we're going to be talking about our 4th and 5th grade gifted project.
Aerospace Innovators, exploring drones, flight, and space travel.
Drone Day. The 4th and 5th grade Fremont City Schools gifted students participated in Drone Day on Wednesday, September 24th at Atkinson Elementary.
The Drone Father, Mr. Bruce Chambers of an aerial view and Tiffin University Drone Academy came to speak with all of the gifted students about drones and unmanned aerial vehicles.
Mr. Chambers engaged us with drone demonstration, explained how drones fly, and talked about many uses of drones.
Community leaders from Tiffin University Drone Academy, Fremont Police Department, and Lindsay Fire Department spoke with students about how they use drones in their careers to help the community.
We learned how a drone achieves a hover when the lift is equal to the gravity by completing an experiment to demonstrate force, thrust, and gravity.
We learned that the rovers on a drone create the force thrust that moves the drone up by making a paper rotor and doing a drop experiment.
We learned about the forces that control a drone's flight. Then we practiced using the flight commands, pitch, roll, and yaw with the drone model that we created.
Finally, we flew drones ourselves.
Hi, my name is Arya. When we went to the Liberty Aviation Museum, we were provided with interactive experience featuring operational aviation, military, and local history exhibits. We even got to go to stations where we learned about autonomous delivery systems, plotting remote deliveries, flying drones, how drones can help design businesses, aid in search and rescue, and even help with wildfires out west. My favorite part of all the field trips was being able to work with kids from other schools that I will be going to middle school with one day. The Liberty Aviation Museum, also known as the Living History Museum, is a type of museum which recreates historical settings to simulate a past time period. It was fun watching the volunteers fixing the aircraft that was actually in World War II. We were able to talk to them and hear their story about how this aircraft was flown over the Pacific Theater. When we got back to school, we found out that this was where the airfield, Henderson Field, stopped the Japanese expansion towards Australia and became a landing strip for American aircraft. This was Don. He makes most of the models. They even had a model from the Renaissance. We were studying that in CKLA. It took 2 years to create the sailing ship we saw in the model room. While we were at the museum, we also got to experience stations. Presenters came from Sinclair College to share what they do with drones. They taught us about designing skyscrapers, buildings, and delivering pizza, buying a house and flying through properties, aiding in finding a missing person and putting out fires, using thermal drones for search and rescue missions, programming how to build a drone, flying drones through obstacle course and trying to land on the bullseye, and how to program a remote delivery. In big cities, they are testing delivering food to addresses. Sometimes the drones fall off roofs or drop food in midair. I guess that doesn't work out too well yet. Does anybody have any questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm Lucy Ontiveros. We visited the Challenger Learning Center, a futuristic simulated space station featuring both a spacecraft and mission control. This immersive, hands-on experience strengthened our understanding of STEM concepts while giving us the opportunity to explore real-world applications and potential careers in these critical fields.
Hi, I'm Olivia Vela. This year is 2076. We have established a research base on Mars where we are looking for evidence of water. Our spacecraft is shuttling astronauts and scientists from our human habitat on Phobos, one of Mars's moons, to the surface of Mars. During our travels, an approaching asteroid is detected. We must create a solution that will defend our spacecraft, preserve our research, and keep our entire crew safe.
Hi, I'm Nevaeh Mestri. Communications. Serve as a communications leader between spacecraft and mission control.
Navigation. Calculate and plot the course for the spacecraft to navigate from Phobos to Mars.
Rover. Assemble and test a rover to search for signs of water.
Weather. Monitor the Martian atmosphere for dangerous objects such as satellites and track weather patterns throughout the mission.
Medical. Conduct various examinations on the crew to assess their health and safety for the duration of the mission.
Biology. Conduct tests and analyze soil samples to determine if microbes are present.
Robotics. Program the rover to navigate the Martian terrain so it can collect the required data.
Life systems. Monitor and troubleshoot the life support systems on the spacecraft, including air pressure, temperature, and humidity.
Geology. Classify and examine Martian minerals to determine if minerals were formed in water.
Mission accomplished. We acted quickly and worked together to develop a plan to protect our spacecraft, safeguard our research, and ensure the safety of everyone on board.
I'm Ezriana. The gifted students from all 4 elementaries constructed model rockets.
They learned the science of forces that moved rockets and the math used to estimate the altitude. Students made altitude trackers and learned how to use them.
How we know the angle of each rocket. To find out which rocket went the highest, we used an altitude tracker. You would put the shawl part to your eye, tracking the rocket once it reaches its highest point. We held the string and looked at the angle it was at.
Then on May 14th, we launched 70 plus rockets at Ross. Students collected altitude and landing data. After the Let's rockets were launched, we found out that Annie placed first, Griffin second place, and third place was tied between Izzy, Dallin, and Mackay. Our rockets were powered with solid fuel engines, which contained a smoke trail, and an injection charge to release the parachute.
The best part was being able to hang out with friends on a beautiful, slightly windy day out.
Let's Gifted Showcase. Something else we did this year was our technology project. During the Let's Art Show, the 4th and 5th grade gifted students presented their technology research to their parents. Some of the technologies that were presented were TVs, computers, phones, AI, and washing machines.
Here are some other projects that were done throughout the district. Thank you for your Hi, I'm Caitlin Clapp, and this year we have done several projects. In January and February, we did research on Mars, and I learned about the Artemis mission. And one of my projects was Mars rover. I created a 3D rover, which I brought for you to see.
Can you walk it over so we can take a quick peek? Would that be okay? You want to walk it right around in front of us? That's very cool. Thank you for sharing that.
Nice job.
Just be careful you don't trip.
Great job.
Very nice.
In March, we began our passion projects. We were able to choose our own topic to research and share with the class. I researched jewelry and how it's made and changed over time. Here is Kaden.
Hi, I'm Caden, a fifth grader at Otis Elementary. I would like to tell you about my favorite project this year. I love tornado chasers, so when I heard I could research them, I was really excited. Brought part of my passion project so you could see it. I made a tornado in a box. By learning about tornadoes is important, and perhaps one day I will be researching ways to safely track and reduce tornado speeds to cause less damage and deaths in our country. Back to Caitlin.
Here are some other projects that we've done throughout the district. Thank you for your time this evening and letting Otis share this special learning experience. Do you have any questions for us?
I have so many, but I will keep you guys here all night. Wow. Invite me. That's what I'm saying. Such neat things you guys did.
I'm Tommy Michael. I'm the Gifted Intervention Specialist at Krogan. On behalf of myself and Ms. Capel from Atkinson, Mrs. Durrell from Otis, Mr. McGinnis from Lutz, we would like to extend our gratitude to Fremont City Schools for allowing our students to participate in these incredible field trips. Through these experiences, they explored the world of drones and rockets, visited Liberty Aviation Museum, and took part in the Challenger Learning Center simulation. These hands-on STEM activities allowed our students to apply their learning in meaningful ways, deepen their understanding of science and engineering concepts, and open their eyes to a variety of potential career pathways in STEM fields. Thank you again for supporting opportunities that inspire, engage, and empower our students to think beyond the classroom. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you so much to all of the participants for the Gifted program and showing up this evening to share with us all the things that you have learned this year. Board members, I think that you, as well as our community at home, have really seen some exciting learning taking place throughout the course of the entire school year. So a lot of planning and a lot of work on behalf of our gifted intervention specialists and their coordinators. So we're very fortunate that we have people providing lots of opportunity for our students. So fantastic. Thank
Job
you.
well done.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
very much.
All right.
Awesome.
GIS is we're going to continue on with the board meeting, but if you are more than welcome to take your students and leave if you so desire.
I must say, did we find any aliens while we were checking in the lab? Or amazing what they packed into like each of those field trips.
Yes.
A lot.
Yeah. And those field trips are no joke to organize and to get. I mean, you're moving kids out of all four buildings. You got a lot of moving pieces. There's a lot of pre-planning that our GISs have to do just to get everything organized ahead of time. And, you know, you're not just taking a class of 25 that you're with all the day long.
Right.
Having grandchildren in another state, my younger grandson's in a gifted program, and then also talking to other people in the state that our school board members, the thing that hits me is we're providing something that's really very unique and fun, and our students are learning. And I'm not sure, I'm not putting down the other school districts, but I'm just saying that this is a really cool project, and it sounds like our gifted program and our teachers are doing excellent work, and hopefully the parents of all those children realize that what they're getting and from those teachers and from the system. And very cool project.
Absolutely. We within the Fremont City School District, we do identify and serve our gifted students beginning in grade 3. We start that identification process and up through high school. But I will say that at the middle and the high school level, our opportunity to serve those students does look different. So what you saw here this evening was specifically from our elementary programs, where those students have a pull-out option to be served with either their identification in reading or their identification in math. And they have that specific intervention specialist that meets their needs individually. So we are very fortunate in the district, and we have some amazing offerings.
And some top-notch students.
Yes, we do.
For sure.
Well, thank you. Do you want to go back to the top? Do you want me to continue?
Why don't we go ahead and finish out your report, and then we'll go back to legislative report. Then we can go into your recommendations, if that's all right.
That is absolutely fine. That concludes my report for this evening.
Okay.
So
That's quick.
we can't follow up anything more after all of that communication. That was just too amazing.
That's weak.
Okay.
All right. So we'll go back to Don for your legislative report, please.
Starting to get to be a little bit of a smart aleck. I just wanted, there's a couple things that are going on in the state legislatively. Our treasurer had shared with us a few areas at our finance committee meeting last week. I think the one that I wanted to spend just a moment on is talking a little bit about the House Bill 420 and kind of the cycle that we're in. And one of the things I think people don't realize is our funding has been reduced through the years, and we've talked at past meetings. It used to be 40-some%, and now we're in the 20s and 30s. And another step that's come into the picture is, well, first, knowing that the Constitution for our state specifically talks about our public school system. And then now our legislators are taking a significant chunk of money away from our public schools and going to private schools through, say, the voucher system. And we've talked about that many times at past meetings. And what I wanted to emphasize tonight was our schools continue to need more funding to operate as the state reduces those dollars. And, how do we make up those funds? And we really only have a couple options. And one of those is income tax, which we're already doing in our community. And the other is dealing with property taxes. We hear about, the issue of property taxes, being too high. And one of the things that I was looking at here was, now there's an effort in place, partly our state rep is one of those individuals who has developed this, and it's trying to get rid of continuing levies. And with that, if we discontinue the opportunity to have our long-term levies and those continuing, what does that mean? That just means we're going to have to go back more frequently to our constituents. And, you know, and I think then people, even if that total comes back to being the same, people, if you hit them 5 times for the same amount of money, it feels like a significant more amount of money. And so I wanted people to, and the board to, again, fully understand that continuing levies have been voted on by our constituents and our community, and that should be kind of that final word. And now one of the options that's there for us is being looked at to get rid of. And one of the things there that we have to turn to is property taxes. And again, there's that effort to get rid of property taxes. And so I just wanted to make sure that both our board and our community is aware and looking at that process and realizing that if you get rid of one thing, you have to fill that void some way. And what that means is if we get less money from the state, we have to figure out what are our options to get additional dollars. The other thing is, and the final comment is, at the last meeting, we talked a little bit about Ohioans to protect public services. And that's kind of for lack of a better word, a consortium that's being created through the state of Ohio, looking at, what services will be affected. You know, we're not talking just schools, we're talking our townships, and we're talking fire, we're talking police. And you guys, what are some of the others? I don't have it written down.
Yeah, EMS.
EMS. So there's a lot of pieces to that, and all of those entities are going to be struggling for dollars if we get rid of property taxes. So please make sure you're educating yourself, getting more information, and because these are things that are going to come up, one, for us to vote for, and two, whether it's the issue or the people that are putting those in place. And I'm not talking politics. I'm just saying, what are people in favor of and what are they against? And I guess I just want to make sure that we as a board and our communities is thinking about how all these things affect us. And that's kind of all I wanted to share, but I just wanted people to, again, think about it. I don't know if anybody has any input from the board or comments, but anybody?
Well, I think the key thing that you said is to educate the public has a duty to educate themselves about what's true, real, and right, and the actual impact. Whether you vote one way or another, what the actual impact will be. So that piece that you mentioned is probably the most important piece, that people are educated.
That's all I wanted to share tonight.
Okay. Thanks, sir. All right. Now we will jump back down to recommendations of the superintendent.
Fantastic. Thank you, Mr. Price. We begin this evening with item number 1. I would ask for your consideration of the approval of donations. We have just this evening Kelly Rowe Photography, who has donated her time as well as the actual pictures from our ACE mentoring banquet. She was very visible that day and was all around the entire banquet area and then donated all of that back, which was fantastic.
Can I get a motion to approve item 1, please?
So moved.
Motion by Mrs. Bloom. Could I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Lehman. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Bloom.
Yes.
Ms. Lehman.
Yes.
Ms. Lewis.
Yes.
Mr. Nally.
Yes.
Mr. Price.
Yes, motion's approved.
Thank you. Item number 2, I would ask for you to consider the approval of the contract with North Point Educational Service Center. This is for next school year. We just saw some of the evidence of just one little section of the work that takes place in that collaboration between North Point and Fremont City Schools.
Can I have a motion to approve item 2, please?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Lewis. Can I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Bloom. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Lewis.
Yes.
Mrs. Bloom. Yes. Ms. Lehman.
Yes.
Mr. Nally.
Yes.
Mr. Price.
Yes, motion's approved.
Thank you. Item number 3, I would ask your approval of an agreement with Imagine Learning. This would allow us for a 5-year period to have a contract with the company that allows us access to Edgenuity. Edgenuity is utilized at the high school level primarily for our credit recovery for students that just need that little bit extra time or second go on a course.
Can I have a motion to approve item 3, please?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Lehman. Could I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Nally. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Lehman.
Yes.
Mr. Nally.
Yes.
Mrs. Bloom. Yes. Ms. Lewis.
Yes.
Mr. Price.
Yes, motion's approved.
Thank you. Item number 4, I would ask that you grant the approval of 3 early diplomas for Russ High School students, and they are listed there. We have Julia Beta Gutierrez, Ricardo Jose Badillo, and Eduardo Daniel Aguilar Roballero.
All right. Can I get a motion to approve item 4, please?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Lewis. Could I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Bloom. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Lewis.
Yes.
Mrs. Bloom. Yes. Ms. Lehman.
Yes.
Mr. Nally.
Yes.
Mr. Price.
Yes, motion's approved.
Thank you. We move on to our staff items this evening. Item number 5 begins a very long list of resignation of some staff from our district. Some of those names in those resignations, beginning with Kimberly Beardmore and ending with Lisa Hergsheimer, you will see again quickly and within our agenda. I also would just like to take a moment to wish well some of the staff members that are resigning from their position within Fremont City Schools, but are following their next steps on their own personal path, professional and personal. Sometimes life takes us to different places to do different things, and we wish all of our staff who are moving away from us the very best. Item number 6, we have some approval of some appointments. We have some substitute positions and a 3-hour cook with Michelle Thaler. Item number 7, I would like to take a moment to acknowledge the administrative appointments, and we have 3 different individuals that are taking over 3 of our buildings for next school year. Mrs. Kimberly Beardmore, I would ask your approval for elementary principal at Lutz Elementary. Mrs. Tiffany Garcia will become the elementary principal at Atkinson Elementary, and Mr. Kyle Hensa will become the new principal here at Fremont Middle School. And I just would like to take a moment to acknowledge the proud moment for our entire district, for you, our board members, and most definitely for me as their superintendent. All 3 of these individuals, we have grown within our district. These are individuals who have taught in our district. They know our students in this district. They know our families in this district. The amount of work that they have already invested into Fremont City Schools, and I proudly bring them before you as building principals for the 26-27 school year. Very excited for them. Continuing on with item number 8, we have a new FMS math teacher. So we are very excited for Kyle Moore to join our team. Item number 9, we have administrative contract for Jordan Mackey as our assistant athletic director. Item number 10 are some supplemental contracts beginning with Monique Pollock and ending with Julia Zucker. Item number 11, just to take a moment to give a shout out for these 4 teachers, all at Atkinson Elementary, that went above and beyond with the call of duty to accept a student teacher to be for them under their control. This is an extra when our classroom teachers decide that they're going to spend additional time mentoring the student teacher or that novice teacher and really guiding them. So kudos for Rachel Shervanek, Janelle Opel, Nicole Weicker, and Julie Yoder. Item number 12, we have some special event workers, Jay Bowers and Krista Walker. This is for spring tournaments. I believe we're hosting some district baseball. We also have beginning with Mark King and ending with Jordan Mackey. Item number 13, we begin some summer school appointments. We will be offering some summer credit recovery at Ross High School this summer. Will also be offering some intervention leading up to those Ohio State tests. If you remember, towards graduation, we need students to make sure that they can show competency on those state tests. So we want to give some of our kiddos that need an extra go around some time. And then we will have our summer elementary intervention that will take place at Otis Elementary. And we have teachers that are agreeing to work with our 3rd grade students also. We'll have a secretary, we'll have bus drivers, all facilitating that summer intervention for our students. Item number 14 gives us the opportunity to approve substitutes for our summer programs, both support staff and classified staff. Item number 15 are our summer food service programs. So these will be facilitating the needs of our students that are involved in our summer program, as well as we will be doing the community feeding program again this summer. So on Mondays throughout the summer, behind Ross High School, families will be able to drive through and obtain 5 breakfast and 5 dinner/lunch opportunities, along with fresh produce and milk. So some of these staff here will be part of preparing that and also serving that to our families. And lastly, item number 16, we have some substitutes for that summer food program.
Can I get a motion to approve items 5 through 16, please?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Lehman. Could I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Bloom. Any discussion?
Congratulations to everybody that's here, your new positions.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We wish you the best of luck. And
Yeah. Mr. Hinton back there on
Kyle,
duty.
keep that.
Busy man. He's a busy man.
This is your test, right? So sincere congratulations to everybody.
Congratulations.
Yes, congratulations.
Denise, one other quick note.
Yes.
Do you remember offhand for the summer food program when we do that, how many meals did we serve last year? Just so people understand how big of a program that really was.
500 to 600-ish, like on a regular basis,
Every week.
every Monday.
Yeah.
So it's 5 breakfasts and 5 dinners, and then as well as that milk, a gallon of milk and produce. And our staff pulls that together and packs beginning on Thursday, finishing up Monday morning, and then distributing those to families.
So for the summer, it was several thousand.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and if you're trying to turn down Cedar Street on Monday, the line goes all the way to Kroger. So it's crazy. Yeah. It's crazy.
Most definitely.
Okay.
Well,
And also rain, sleet, snow, whatever.
90-degree heat.
90
it doesn't
degree
matter.
heat, 100% humidity. I mean, the staff is out there serving with a smile and with a cheerful heart. So that's
Thank you.
that's awesome.
Thank you.
so Kyle, have you already had a transition with Mrs. Parker? Yeah, that's great. That's great.
Okay. Roll call, please.
Ms. Lehman,
yes.
Mrs. Bloom,
Yes.
Ms. Lewis,
Yes.
Mr. Nally,
Yes.
Mr. Price.
Yes. Motion's approved.
Thank you, board. Very excited with our appointments. Item number 17, this is just a set aside for Tia Price to join that summer intervention program.
Can I get a motion to approve item 17, please?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Lewis. Could I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Nally. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Lewis,
Yes.
Mr. Nally,
Yes.
Mrs. Bloom,
Yes.
Ms. Lehman,
Yes.
Mr. Price.
No. Sorry.
You
Abstain.
have to abstain.
Wrong answer.
Hopefully she's not watching at home. Sorry, Tia.
It's recorded so she can watch later.
Stacy will tell her. I'm sure she will. Yeah, exactly. Sorry, motion's approved.
Thank you. Item number 18. So this, we're asking approval for just some employee compensation for individual staff members who may have needed to work on January 26th, 27th, and 28th. If you remember back to January, we had a very large snowstorm. And on that Sunday, the 25th, the governor of the state of Ohio issued a state of emergency. And so that 9 or 10 inches of snow that dumped on us that kept us down for those 3 days within our local community. So because of that, I would like to, within our calamity days, forgive those 3 days, because that Monday we were a complete level 3 across the county. And on Tuesday and Wednesday, we were still digging out 10 inches of snow. So that's how we washed some of the calamity piece. However, we did have individuals that, even though we were off, needed to come in and work and get us ready so that we could open our buildings on Thursday and Friday and be prepared and at least save the week a little bit. So this would just allow for that compensation for them so that we can equal up their calendar.
Okay. Can I have a motion to approve item 18, please?
So moved.
Motion by Mrs. Bloom. Could I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Lehman. Any discussion?
Superintendent Hurt, is this happening now because you had to wait to see like how many calamity days we use?
Absolutely.
Okay. So I think that's important to acknowledge too, that we're not just waiting till May to do something or fix something that happened in January.
Yes. And even with the patients of our staff in the district, as well as our stakeholders and our families, I held tight to not make that decision regarding makeup days until May 1st. And thankfully so, because it was the third part of April that we still lost an additional day due to fog. So really needed to wait until enough of the school year had been secured that we could have that conversation regarding those makeup days and what those calamity days would look like.
Sure. All right. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Bloom,
Yes.
Ms. Lehman,
Yes.
Ms. Lewis,
Yes.
Mr. Nally,
Yes.
Mr. Price.
Yes, motion's approved.
Thank you. And that is all for me this evening. Thank you so very much.
Moving on to report of the treasurer.
You may all leave if you would like. I'm boring. You can stay and listen to my report, but I will not be offended if there's a mass exit.
Okay, you're going to pause?
Yep.
Oh, I thought that was us.
No, we get to stay.
Oh, no, you all are not excused. I need some approvals.
I think Kyle will be excellent in that role.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I've only gotten to know him through policy committee a little bit. Kimberly's put her time in. Creative, energetic, still.
You're not staying for me, Mrs. King? You're leaving Mrs.
Again.
King early? You're not going to stay for the rest of the board meeting, Mrs. King, who is retiring and leaving me anyways? Okay.
Good excuse.
Yeah, now back to our normal of no one there.
The upset one.
Cindy maybe doesn't want to leave.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Oh, I think they do.
I think they're enjoying us.
I don't think so. As entertaining as we all are, I'm pretty sure not enough for those little kiddos. Good evening. As I mentioned in my weekly email last week, my week totally got thrown off with being on jury duty for 3 days. So I've been playing catch up and trying to get ready for month end, and we're already trying to get prepared for year end as well. The fact that the month of May is almost over is crazy to me. Tonight I have 2 items on the board agenda. I'm just going to briefly go over our April financials for the month. I guess I already said of April, but just a couple of highlights on revenue. We are trending consistently with what we forecasted for April. And for this fiscal year, we are keeping an eye on our state funding. You can see we are down in total state funding by nearly $500,000 for the year. This has to do with the balance of the formula. As you see an increase in local share, the state share goes down, which has brought us to that. I believe it's 37% that the state is now paying, which is much lower than what they have paid in the past. For expenses, we are trending up a little bit versus what was forecasted. We're up 3.28 from last year. Benefits are running a little high, and we're going to continue to monitor that. We are also making some changes in our health and wellness committee that we're hoping are going to reflect in that benefit line. We will, looking at our current situation of cash, I will be bringing to you recommendations for transfers into severance and capital projects so that we can save some of that money for future needs. We don't have a large carryover from year to year, but what little we do have, we try to save so that when all 4 elementaries need something new, the high school right around the same time, this building, we have some money set aside so that we're able to pay those higher costs all at once. I think that's really all I want to highlight for tonight in April. And then real quick on my other item for tonight, we have the approval of the purchase of our property, fleet, and liability insurance. Last year, we were able to make a move out of purchasing, our insurance from just a single vendor or a single purchaser. We moved into a pool. So now we get we have great coverage, and our costs have only increased just under $2,000 for this year. And if you look at the last 5 years, I think it was averaging $15,000 to $20,000 every year. We were seeing an increase due to the insurance industry, all the different weather things that are happening around the world, different things like that. It affects the insurance industry, and we see it as well. So the fact that I only saw a $2,000 increase, we were very pleased to see that.
Yeah, that's huge
for this year.
Is the deductible with that similar to what it was?
Yeah, we had no changes in deductibles or limits. Because like I said, with being in this pool with other school districts, it has really been able to keep this more static rather than the when we were purchasing it out on our own, we were looking at changes in deductibles almost every year.
Right.
And when it changed, it did not go down. Our deductibles kept going up. And we also had more limits on our occurrences of how much it would pay out and that kind of thing. And it's also nice because rather than every year going, oh my gosh, please don't have another accident, when we know these things happen because it automatically, if you'll see it in your renewal. This year you had a little bit more breathing room because it's as a pool what did we have in claims, not just as you solely as the district. So
Not talking specific claims. Did we see much of an increase or in our claims?
The number of claims that we had, or the
Probably
the
the more the
volume or
dollar amount.
dollar amount?
Yeah. I don't need specifics. Is that just something up or down? You can get back to
I'll
me.
get back to you on that. Yeah. Because it's a little bit hard because sometimes you have, your small claims that go through, we had a couple of accidents multiple times, or, somebody hit something in the parking lot. And then you have some of your larger claims. Like the one year we had wind damage at the baseball fields. And I think we ended up seeing like $100,000 worth of claims. So it's a little bit more difficult to see year over year because the claims are so different as to what this could be, from vehicle accidents to weather accidents to liability claims. Like those are all different areas. So we generally do not have that many large claims. And when it comes to liability, if there's a claim made against us, usually the insurance company takes it over, and I really don't know what happens from there, which is quite fine with us. Like it ends up between the insurance company and what they settle. So
I don't think people fully appreciate that keeping those claims down. A big part of that is educating and training your staff. I think that's something that we do pretty good here in the district. And, that keeps those claims down. Not to say they're not going to happen.
Right.
But
Right.
the training is good.
Yeah. Between the annual trainings that we have, all staff do, depending, and some of it's specific to the role that staff member plays in the district. And those trainings are annual. But then in addition to that, we always, within our professional development opportunities, those 4 days throughout the school year, there's always items included in the PD menu for staff to choose from that could also be aligned to some of those pieces, and just giving them opportunities to stay in the know.
Right.
So that is all I have for report. If you want to move on to approvals.
Yep. All right. Can I get a motion to approve item 19, please?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Nally. Could I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Bloom. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Nally,
Yes.
Mrs. Bloom,
Yes.
Ms. Lehman,
Yes.
Ms. Lewis,
Yes.
Mr. Price.
Yes, motion's approved. And then for the insurance, can I get a motion to approve item 20, please?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Lehman. Could I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Lewis. Any discussion?
I didn't want to make a motion on that because it's a lot of money.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Lehman,
Yes.
Ms. Lewis,
Yes.
Mrs. Bloom,
Yes.
Mr. Nally,
Yes.
Mr. Price.
Yes, motion's approved. All right, moving on to board member communications. Let's jump around tonight. Laura.
Yay. All I have to say is I've attended several school things this past couple of weeks. And I would say my favorite one was the music and the fine arts. And I don't know if anybody else made it here. Man, I mean, just the layout, the programming, everything was just really nice. I mean, they even had craft stations set up for kids that wanted to do things, and I was there for quite a while. I really enjoyed it. I watched, a lot of the performances and talking to people. It was just really nice. And I'll have to say, and I did not get the name of I think it was a girl, and she was in grade school. I should have wrote her name down. She did an awesome 90s version of Taco Bell. Like she had this art, and it was a 90s version of Taco Bell emblem. It's like she brought it back. It was in the right colors and everything. And I should have wrote it down while I worked in high school. But anyways, it caught my eye, and I thought, But yeah, I mean, the kids are having fun. The kids are walking up to their artwork and they're smiling in front of it as their parents take pictures, and because they're so proud. I thought it was really neat, and I think that's one of my favorite things I've ever been to. I mean, I'm including this in all the years my kids were in school. That was a nice event, really was. And thank you to everybody that helped put it on, because I know it takes all that work. Yes, very well done. Very well done. I'm done.
All right, Don.
Yeah. Just a couple attended the Sandusky County Community Health Assessment presentation. That was excellent in terms of the information that was shared, the information that's available online to all of us if we go to the health department site. I have not gone to that site, having attended the session. Mrs. Hurt did a great job on her presentation and working together with other community members. And the one comment that several people made was that work in different counties, again, looking at Sandusky County, we work together, and there are so many different committees and boards, and that's what makes our community different and as great as it is, not just the city but our county. So the aerospace innovators, that was really cool. I think having that opportunity to do those things and having the instructors, and just a great group of kids that really seemed interested in what they were doing. And that's all I had.
Lori?
Well, thanks to the gifted students for the pledge and for their presentation. That's pretty cool. The Liberty Aviation Museum is really neat. It's next best to the Dayton Air Museum, the Air Force Museum. I've been there a few times. My dad used to take us there, took Grayson there, and it's just really, it's neat, and it's small and it's local. The diplomas, congratulations to them for their early diplomas, and the donation for the pictures and the time. That's nerve-wracking when you have to take pictures and you're hoping they all come out right. My uncle did that one time for a wedding, and he said, never again. And congratulations to Mrs. Beardmore, Miss Garcia, and Kyle on their promotions, and they're moving up. And graduation's this Sunday. So getting really close to the end of the year. And that's it.
Okay. Sarah?
If I could interrupt, Lori, I was just thinking the Learning at Liberty presentation to all of the kids that had straight A's through the different.
That's.
I don't know. I know you're more involved with that.
Yeah, that is like one of my favorite. That and giving out to the little kids. And graduation. Those are like the three big things for like being here. And yeah, it's really neat to see that and to be able to give the awards and then give the scholarships and the printers and the gift certificates, and they all really appreciate it. And it's nice to see them show up. And I know we didn't have a huge attendance because we had sports and stuff come and play with it, but it's just really neat to see them all.
And then the golden apple.
Yep, and the crystal apples.
Crystal apple.
Yeah, that was neat. And the one teacher, she stopped me and she goes, "Are you Ellie's mom?" I said, yeah. She goes, "We just love her." I said, "She likes being there." And she loves helping out. And she said it was just her I said something to her, and then she said it was her and that teacher only in kindergarten that day. And she was having a good time with it. So, and it was a good thing it's nice. And the teacher, Mr. Miller, they're all like, "We had him. He was such a cool teacher."
Yeah.
Oh,
it's really, really, really fun to acknowledge some of our staff that meet these levels and do such an outstanding job on a daily basis for our kiddos.
And the names of the three
We had Jeff Miller from Fremont Middle School. He's a science teacher. Crystal Diamond, who is a Ross High School science teacher. And the third one was Erica Kuzian Hunt from Krogan Elementary. She's an intervention specialist.
Yeah.
All three of them just outstanding. Both Erica and Jeff have been in the district for many years and have impacted many, many children. And Crystal is new to us. This is only, I believe, year 2 in our district, and she is making an incredible impact with some of our high school students that are challenging themselves to take some very rigorous content that she is teaching. So, yeah, kudos all the way around, Mr. Nally. You are correct. It's very, very nice.
Yes, it's very.
Sorry, sir.
No, all good. Like May is the busiest month of, I think, the school year. Between September and May, I think those are 2 of the busiest months of the school year. May is awards month. So it has been really neat to attend the various awards banquets and to see and hear the accomplishments of the students. We went to the TLC, their presentation about all the projects that they did, and got to meet, some people. I didn't realize that I was telling Superintendent Hurt. I didn't realize that teen leadership was beyond Fremont Ross High School. I didn't know that it was a, lack of a better term, corporation of sorts. It put me in the mind of, back in my day, the Ohio Association of Student Councils, you know what I mean, which was a statewide, thing. This seems to be very similar. So Mrs. Gallagher does a wonderful job with that. Just a couple of shout outs are the Hall of Fame banquet went really well for the athletic department. Always nice to have some of our former students come back home as adults and play a role in that. So this year, as both the MC for the show and also our keynote speaker, it's just a wonderful night to recognize many deserving former athletes. Speaking of athletics, our softball team ended up being district runners-up, which was awesome for them. And our boys and girls track teams are district champs and moving on. And I mean, they are doing it. So we are very excited to watch them continue on. Congratulations to all the administrative appointments. It's graduation week, which is exciting. But I also wanted to make sure that we, publicly acknowledge Mr. Ken Demminger, who volunteers to take cap and gown pictures for every senior free of charge to the families, so that they have a nice cap and gown shot that's not with sunshine in their eyes, on the field. So they have something nice to commemorate their senior year. So we really appreciate, his volunteerism for that.
Thank you. Congratulations to our administrators that are moving up, and that just opens up 3 more positions to
fill in again.
4 positions.
Another resignation. He's moving on to another district.
That's right. So
4 assistant principal positions that are posted currently.
So our administration team will have a busy couple weeks filling those spots, but congratulations to those. Thank you to all of our students that came for the presentation tonight, all the work that the staff does with the gifted program and all the things that they get to do. Neat to see all of that. I didn't get to make it to the Fine Arts Festival. I was planning on it. Something came up last minute. I had to go out of town, so I couldn't make it. But I was told specifically by my mother. So even at 56 years old, I have to still listen to my mother. And she will ask me tomorrow at work to make sure that I said something at the board meeting. My parents both went. They were there a little before it started. They thought they would. Somebody that works for us plays in the orchestra, so they were hoping to see that, and they were going to stick around and walk around for a while. She said, Tom, we left after everything was completely finished. We stayed the entire night. She said she wanted me to tell all of the staff, all of the students that were involved, what an amazing night it was. She enjoyed it completely from start to finish.
That is
so
amazing to hear.
So I'm disappointed that I didn't get to see and go through everything. But so Sharon at the Cookie Lady sends her thank yous to everyone involved in that. She thoroughly enjoyed that night. So thank you for the district for putting that on. So graduation is coming up. Some of our students just wanted to highlight a little bit from last week. If they graduated from Vanguard last week, congratulations to our students who graduated from Vanguard. And then we have graduation Sunday. With the Vanguard piece of it, Career Tech has a skills competition. It's called Skills USA that they compete in all their different trades, whether it's cosmetology or building trades or culinary or medical fields or anything. It's actually it's a worldwide program. And you start off in a regional in your state. And then if you place first, you move on to your state level. And then there's national, and then there's actually international level of Skills USA. So Vanguard, the state competition was just a couple weeks ago. Vanguard Sentinel is always strong in that. They kind of mopped up the field this year in all of the different programs, taking a gold, silver, or bronze. We had 29 students total from Vanguard Sentinel place first, second, or third at the state level. If they place first, they move on to national, which is the first week in June, I believe, and it's in Atlanta that they get to go down. We had Fremont students, of those 29 students that placed at the state level, we had 10 students from Fremont that placed. Several of them gold, so they'll be moving on to nationals. So I want to congratulate our Ross students that are doing that with Vanguard. One in particular, just because I was told this was pretty difficult. His name is Bentley Lopez. He's only a sophomore, and he finished first overall in first aid and CPR. So it's very rare for a sophomore to bring home the gold and go to nationals. But then also in the first aid and CPR. So usually this is just career tech schools in all these different fields. First aid CPR, they open it up across the state to homeschool, to community schools. So he was actually competing against more students at state than any other program and still took first. So he'll be moving on to nationals along with a few others. So congratulations to our 10 students that did place at the state level in their respected fields. So our next board meeting will be after school is out. So to everyone, have a great summer. Finish out the school year. There's only a couple weeks left. Have fun. Enjoy your summer. So with that, no reason for executive session. So can I have a motion for adjournment, please?
So moved.
Motion by Mrs. Bloom. Could I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Lewis. Any discussion?
I just forgot one thing really quick. Just on behalf of the district, we want to express condolences to the family of Mr. Jeff George, a longtime educator in our district. Again, if you read the condolences online, just the number of students that he impacted, and it spans generations of, you know what I mean, of students. We all remember Ohio history, and what a fun class that was. He was our student council advisor during all of my middle school years. I didn't go to middle school. I went to junior high. I'm sorry. Our junior high years. And he just created so many magical moments for all of us, whether it was in the classroom or as a a student council advisor or a coach or many of the other hats he wore. So I apologize, but I did forget to mention that, and I wanted to make sure that we acknowledge.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, roll call, please.
Mrs. Bloom.
Yes.
Ms. Lewis.
Yes.
Ms. Lehman.
Yes.
Mr. Nally.
Yes.
Mr. Price.
Yes, motion's approved. Meeting's adjourned.